Hey everyone, this is Miss Briscoe here. In today's math lesson, we're going to be learning how to multiply decimals and a whole number. So your learning goal is I can use properties and place value to multiply a decimal and a whole number. So we're going to go through the steps on how you multiply a number with a decimal in it by a whole number that has no decimal. So the steps are written over here on the left, and we're going to walk through them one by one, and then you're going to get to practice doing some of them. So if you read the first step, rewrite your equation without the decimal points. So you want to rewrite it in horizontal form with your multiplication sign with no decimal points. And you always want to have the large number on top when you're multiplying. That way you have less steps. So if you see, we have 562 multiplied by 7. So you're going to start with your ones. So 7 times 2 is 14. So I'm going to write my 4 down here and carry my 1. And then I have 7 times 6. 7 times 6 is 42, and then I add my 1, which is 43. So I'm going to write my 3 down here and carry my 4. And then I'm going to multiply my 7 times my hundreds place. 7 times 5. 7 times 5 is going to be 35. And then I add my 4, which makes it 39. So I can't carry anymore. So I'm going to write 39 down here. So my answer is 3,934. Okay, and that's what you would put down here. So if I wanted to put my answer down here, I could do 3934 is what I got. So now what it wants you to do, after you multiply them, so I have this answer, but this isn't the last step. I'm only halfway done. So next what you want to do is you want to go back to the original problem and underline all the digits to the right of the decimal point. So I'm going to go here and look, and I have my decimal points here. So my 2 digits to the right, I have 2 digits to the right of my decimal point. So what that means is that when I write out my number, so if I have my number written out, which is 3, 9, 3, 4, that means that I'm going to take the decimal point, which is at the very end. So if we were to have a decimal point in here without putting it, it'd be right there. That means that we're going to move it to the left 2 places because I had 2 digits to the right of my decimal point. So my decimal point is going to move to the left 2 times. So that would make my answer 39 and 34 hundredths. And all the steps are listed over here in direction form as well. So if we want to move down to our practice, you have some practice problems. So I'm going to do one of the practice problems with you, and then you're going to do the other 3 for your practice today. So let's go ahead and start with this first one. So the first step that they wanted us to do is they want you to line up all of your digits, all of your numbers without any decimal points. So if I were to line them up, I would have the 4, 6, 2, and then I would list my 51 down here at the bottom, and then I would make it a multiplication. Okay, so I've listed my numbers. All I've done is I've taken this and put it in a horizontal form, horizontal view, and I've taken out my decimal points. So you see there's no decimal point in between the 6 and the 2. So the next thing I want to do is I want to start multiplying. So I'm going to take my 1's, multiply it. So 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 6 is 6. And 1 times 4 is 4. Now remember, from our first unit, I have done my 1's place. I'm moving on to my 10's, so I need to put in my placeholder. So now I have 5 times 2, which is 10. So I'm going to write my 0 down here and carry my 1. I have 5 times 6, which is 30. 30 plus 1 makes 31. Carry my 3. I have 5 times 4, which is 20. 20 plus 3 equals 23. So I'm going to write 23 down here. So then what I have to do is I have to add up my two products. 2 plus 0 is 2. 6 plus 0 is 6. 4 plus 1 is 5. And then I'm going to bring down my 3 and my 2. Okay, so all I've done is I've multiplied, and my decimal point is here as of right now. What I need to do is I need to go back up to my 46.2 because my original problem was 46.2, and I need to underline any of the digits that are to the right of my decimal point. Well, in 46 and 2/10, there's only one digit, the 2. The 2 is the only digit to the right of my decimal point. That means my decimal point in my product needs to move to the left only one time. So my answer is going to be 2,356 and 2/10 for this problem. So what I would like for you to do is I would like for you to go ahead and complete these other the other three problems that you have here in your notes. That is going to be your practice today that you are going to have to submit. All right, guys, have fun. Talk to you later.